Today we are speaking with Kim Dillon, CGMA, CPA, MBA. Kim is a principal at Somerset CPAs, headquartered in Indiana. Somerset CPAs is one of the top 100 accounting firms and a part of BDO Alliance Network, headquartered in Indiana with a team of 250 plus people, with the offices of Somerset headquartered in Indiana and other offices in Tennessee and Illinois. Today, Somerset has 16, 8 tax associate, 7 audit associate, 1 virtual assistant, team members with Entigrity, with plans to recruit another 7 in the near future. They are a team of forward-thinking, proactive advisors who understand that your needs are unique. As one of the largest accounting and consulting firms in the Midwest, they are able to provide the in-depth expertise expected from a larger firm with the personal approach of local practice. Somerset is dedicated to looking after its clients' best interests and addressing their needs. So let's hear it from Kim, a CGMA, CPA, MBA. Kim consults with many smaller companies, helping them get ready for an audit and giving peace of mind that their plan is operating effectively.
We had talked about doing this ages ago and kind of dabbled in the idea, but never executed on it. And we are, our managing partner is pretty good friends with a managing partner at another firm in Atlanta. And they had gone through some major staffing issues. And he had mentioned it, that we should at least look into it. And we thought, honestly, with today's market and hiring individuals, we can't afford not to at least look into it. And so we met with the original phone call just to kind of understand what was going on. And then we got connected with, I believe his name is Ankit, who kind of helped us really determine what we wanted and what we needed. And we started on the audit side, whether it be financial statement processing, which is our admin that we've got. And then we have 6 full-time auditor or 7 full-time auditors now. And what we loved about this program was that we got to interview these individuals. We got to have a say in who we were hiring. We could stipulate what we wanted. So not only can you do it by level. So yes, we needed people who are kind of that 2 to 4 year range on the audit side, but we wanted people that had benefit plan experience. We wanted people that had HUD experience, specific experience. And what we got were probably 10 resumes that allowed us to go through. We had Zoom calls with them, and we really got to know who they were. And we looked at this 2 different ways. We looked at this as we needed staff to help us out. We needed more people. We were getting business left and right. Seems like most accounting firms, you don't even really try right now. You're just getting more and more work. So we looked at it as adding to our team, but then also looked at it as really taking some of this burnout off of some of our team. What you talked about before was spot on. We knew we couldn't add more to our current team members' plates. So we were looking at this as a true partnership to add to our team. And that's what it's become. It's been, I don't think we could ask for anything more. The team that we work with is phenomenal. They are truly a part of our team. And they know our people. We have daily calls with them, emails, anything. And they support us as if any other coworker sitting in the office next to me would. So. We did from the get-go was we came up with a team of people internally. And at the time we had hired 4 people. We started out part-time, for I think all 4, maybe one person may have been full-time, but pretty quickly ramped most of those. Everyone now is full-time. And what we did was basically created, in essence, a buddy system. So although they know that they can come to me with any questions directly, There are times that I won't get back to them as quickly as they need, but what we've done is they have their own individual person in-house that when they need something, they can, or when they need more work, when they have questions, they can tag team it. The other thing is I don't think we've talked about this in the first part, but when you hire a certain number of people, you get, whether it be an office or a dedicated space that they get to work together in, they get to work right next to each other. They as a team can train each other. As we've onboarded more and more people, the onboarding time has gotten shorter. And we found that, the nice thing with technology, this is being recorded right now. So we're able to record our trainings, and we don't necessarily have to do the training each and every time. We can just supplement the training that's already been recorded. So when you're ramping up, it's nowhere as hard as that first initial couple. But I will say that, one of our keys, and I think the success to why we've been able to make this work, is because it's going back to, it's not just adding bodies, it's adding team members. And one of our big things is, honestly, realistically, can we keep them busy right now for 40 hours? Probably not. We can't keep them busy for 40 hours, but I don't want to not have that availability in the next couple weeks, months. And I would rather have them for us than not have enough people and have our staff bear that burden. And what we've done is we've made it pretty clear to them that the whole goal is that they better themselves. So take CPE, we've had them do a lot of additional, on our side, on the audit side, we've had them do a lot of additional HUD training and really anything they can get their hands on, Excel training, whatnot. And I think that's become, again, it goes back to the team philosophy versus just an employee working for you. Honestly, the biggest, as far as onboarding goes, the biggest hiccup is really on the technology side. It's getting firms to be more proactive and figuring out how to make that work. So for anyone who has reservations, I'm happy to connect you with our IT department. And because that's what worked for us. We met with Smith and Howard and worked through what they had already gone through and kind of came up with our own way that this works. But from a actual onboarding side, they're eager. Every person I work with from Entigrity is eager to learn, willing to learn. The greatest thing, I love it. Every morning I get emails from everybody saying, hey, I'm starting my day. I'm here. I'm ready to go. What can I help you with? And honestly, I can't get that from most of my staff members locally here. And it's just different. It's a good, they are so willing and able. They've really shown their talents over the last couple months. I would tell anyone who's questioning it, there's never a good time to start. So you can make up every excuse underneath the sun. I needed help I believe we came on in August, I want to say it was. And honestly, I wish we would have come on in May, but we didn't. But had we not come on in August and waited till when I thought it would be a better time to come on, I wouldn't have had any help. And I needed every ounce of help during that time frame. And they knocked it out of the park. So I had an audit that typically, I could probably do the audit myself, not that I would want to, but the way staffing was looking, I was going to, and it'd probably take me 25 to 40 hours-ish. Small audit, fairly straightforward. I took our most experienced person from Entigrity and said, I don't have the time, and I unfortunately don't have a whole lot of time to train you, but I know you can do it. And ask me any questions that you have. 24 hours later, I got an entire file back, and I think I left less review comments than what I had done if I would have done the audit. And it was to know that I could give something to someone else and say, here, run with it. They already had the expertise. They already were able to get in there and do it. And we told our tax team that, and they're like, where do we sign up? So, you really look at where are your gaps. I mean, honestly, that's probably on the onboarding side, what you need to really figure out what you need. So on the audit side, we needed staff. On the tax side, they thought they needed staff, but when they started getting into it, really they needed in charges, managers. So they're hired at a higher level from just a pure technical standpoint than we are. In our system, they are our staff. So we have them scheduled on jobs. They're scheduled in through our actual scheduler. And the way it will work is basically for 40 hours a week, they will be on that job. If they have availability, in addition to that, we actually have a Teams channel set up where they can message us through Teams, and it goes to a handful of people that can also give them tasks. As far as what they actually work on, we treat them as if they're any staff here. So basically any kind of staff level, whether it be cash, fixed assets, prepaids, and we do have a couple people, I think, that are pushing 4 or 5 years of experience. And those individuals, we do usually some of the harder sections that I would give any in charge. And as we get more comfortable with the process and the flow, they're starting to get client contact. We limited that at first, just not knowing how it would go, but they're starting to get there. They're getting access to all of our portals, all of that, and they've done a fantastic job with it. So, but I don't think there's, the great thing is in hats off to the Entigrity folks. They have been trained that when they are done with what their task is, they will ask for more. And so you always know, where your project stands. The communication is daily. And so at the end of the day, usually we'll get hey, here is what I've worked on, here's what I've accomplished, and here's what I have yet to go. And so even though they're not physically here, I know where their sections are. We've gone through, we onboarded them similar to a local, or how we would onboard anyone here as far as the training goes. We've done our technology training, we've done our time entry training, we've done all that. So, they know our trainers. So when they do have questions and it's technology, they know our IT group, they know where to go. And I think that's really helped them. I think one of the really interesting things is and why I think it's been fairly successful. Both Trey Wilkins is on my team on the audit side, and then Sean Heinzelman is on our tax side. They're both managers or senior managers and younger, and they have really embraced it and said, I'm going to do this. So on top of their daily tasks, they both do a lot with this. And so not only it's myself and then Becky Quintana, who's an audit partner as well. Not only are the two of us in the partner meetings and the partner discussions, we have people in our younger management group training. They're doing kind of more the mechanics behind the scenes. And I think that's been a major key to success. So they were hired in. We have a financial statement processing group on the audit side, in which we realized that two of our individuals were going to be taking vacation the week of one of our biggest deadlines. And so we had a major hole that we had to fill just from vacation timing standpoint. And so we were able to hire in Druvin, and he's been phenomenal. But he basically he started out doing all of our initial formatting. And we would send all of our audit reports through him. He is now doing a lot of our formatting on our engagement letters, and keeping that process going, which when you think, so we have on the audit side, we've got about, I want to say it's probably, well, it's the audit and then reviews, comps, all that. We probably have 1,000 engagement letters that we have to get out. So there's a big volume, and he's handling most of it. And then we're also doing a financial statement refresh project. So as for us, as you know, we've updated our systems and whatnot, you know, there's several backdated versions of financial statements that are just old Word, old Excel, that as they roll, they continue to have embedded issues. And so what he's going through is basically on the off-season side, going through and getting all of those into the newest version of Excel, the newest version of Word. So we don't have any of these, but we use engagement. He is doing all the linking. He is doing all the stuff that just takes us a lot of time. So to me, it's more than just processing a set of financial statements. It's really kind of taking that load off of our people when it comes down to actual finance, for us preparing financial statements. There's never a good time to start. You can always come up with an idea of why it would be better to start some other time. You will have hiccups. There, honestly, from a language and a language, cultural barriers, anything like that, nothing has been an issue. Written communication is basically, there's a lot of times they can write way better than I can. It's more formal than for me. But I would say that, you know, there will be pain points. There will be, you know, as you kind of get into it, it's not always roses, but in the end of it, they are saving our people hundreds of hours a week, honestly. And right now that's what we need. We've got a lot of young families that work, you know, one of the spouses work with us. And if we didn't have this, I don't know if we'd be able to keep everyone. So, but yes.